Hi, this is day 8 of Yogtober, so here is your next 15 minutes of yoga for the day. So we'll start off just sitting down today, and we'll just sit with our hands just resting by the hips and do the nose dive. So we'll go bowing forward to one knee, pull up as you inhale, exhale over to the other side. Inhale, pull up, and over. Get into a nice little rhythm for this nose diving exercise. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, and body over towards that thigh, and then the other thigh. So already, even though it's a tiny little movement, you can feel all around your hip and your flanks, all around here, working and stretching. Hope you're enjoying these little sessions. If you're with me, do let me know. Let me know how you're getting on with them. I know not everybody will do it every single day like me, but even if you can dip in and dip out, it's quite a fun thing to challenge yourself to do. And nobody said it was going to be easy. So we'll just do the side to side now. Side to side, really opening the rib cage. Start off quite gentle and subtle, and then you can get a little bit more depth after a few. So exhale one way, inhale the other. Let's hold all the way over that side for a few breaths. Just check your shoulders are lined up and you're slightly gazing up. Sitting bones are down. Just breathe here like normal. And the other side. Reach, slightly looking up, align the shoulders. I'm just going to sit at the back of my mat, extend the legs long, and I'm just going to pull one knee in towards my chest. Flex everything, flex the feet if you can, and release, and the other one comes in. So with the breath, you pull in as you exhale, and inhale as you extend the leg back out. So it's a breathing exercise. Try and sit really nice and tall. Few, and we'll just let this foot come up. So the left foot's not crossing over or anything, it's just here. And then we'll just reach up, inhale, and bow forwards over this leg, reaching for the foot. And if that's not happening, knee anywhere is fine. So you sort of wriggle your body in front of the shin, and if it feels okay, you can wrap your arms around and do a bit of a bind there. And just aim towards the leg. Flex everything. And if you just here, that's absolutely fine. So you just pulse and press against this shin for a bit of resistance. Good. And then if it will, just lift this leg up into the air and gently pull it into you. A bit like the crane, but not the proper crane, because for the proper crane you have your leg hooked round, so it's okay. Let's do the other one. So this right leg now comes all the way up, just to bend, not crossed over, and we reach up nice straight back and exhale. So fall towards the foot and gently pull yourself down. And if it feels okay, you can wrap around so it looks from the front like that. So you wrap your arm around, and if that's not possible, you can just pulse, gently press against the shin. One more breath there. aiming to get further each time. Then we'll just extend this leg up into the air, pulling in towards you. And release that one all the way down. So then, because you're at the back of your mat, just extend the legs, and we're going to push hands down by the hips and lift into this incline pose. So keep the neck muscles strong, don't let the head snap back. Just be trying like the upside down plank. So squeeze the triceps, really squeeze the glutes, and it's really challenging to stay there. But if it's too tricky, bend the knees and be a tabletop. But if you can, push yourself to be in the incline pose. Breathe there. Slowly release down. Okay, and just sit with your knees sort of about hip distance apart. Let your fingers be on your waistline and elbows come into the middle. Stick straight back and just nip a little bit with your knees. So you can be as wide or as narrow as you like, but just try and squeeze the glutes there. Glutes? No, your knees. There we are. Okay, then we're just going to let the knees, you can have your hands just behind and just let your knees go from side to side like window wipers. So that should feel quite nice. When you're down, just do a little push out, and that should feel good. Oh yeah, stretches your upper back. So just be a little bit playful with this one, and maybe hold for a moment if you want to hold. And we'll stay over to the left and just separate the legs a little bit so there's 90 degrees everywhere. So you're sort of on the left hip, and then you just create a box or about as wide as your shoulders with your arms, and forwards over this front leg as you bow and just look forwards to the ground. Breathe there. This is called the deer pose. A little bit like the pigeon, so you should feel this in the hips. Okay, all the way back up. Flip to the other side. Arms are up like this, and then just drop. So drop over the leg. Breathe there. Pressing into the ground. Just come up into the downward facing dog and enjoy the dog. Shake your head loose and just let the spine be totally flat, pressing down towards the ground with the heels and pressing towards the thighs with the chest. Okay, just wiggle your feet backwards a little bit and just come down into a little plank. So it's like the incline the other way. Hips under, hold it there. Just make sure you do it until you can really feel the core working. Just drop to the knees if it feels like you're ready to do that. Only you know. And we're just going to lift up the hips into the sky again and pad the hands all the way back. Do a little bow, a little hang, just for a second, shake, bounce, and then just roll up. Okay, and we'll start in the center of the mat, standing up, and actually start at one end of the mat, it doesn't matter which. Hands come into the prayer position by your chest, and we'll just drop all the way over into sort of a lunge, side lunge. Back in, I'm going to do 10 like this. So using a lot of strength in that thigh, so really power it up. Okay. Okay, on the last one, the 10th one, reach out long and really stretch your back out, looking towards the ground. Imagine you're holding a box above your head and you don't want it to drop to the ground. Hold it there and breathe. And then just let your hands drop to the floor. And we're going to reach over to the left, because I'm on the left leg's bent. I'm just going to lead and just see if this leg, the right leg, can pick up into the air, into the half moon. So just have your hand there. It can always be on the on a box or something, or on the settee. And if it feels like you can balance today, just take your hands in. So you're having a little attempt to balance. Reaching out, bend the knee, bend the knee. We've just got to do that on the other side. So starting at the other end this time, hands at prayer, and 10. Really hear my knee cracking. Sure, it's fine. 8 and 9, 10, and reach. Imagine the box. You're holding the box, and you just got to keep in that position and just breathe through any uncomfortable feelings. Back's lovely and straight. Drop the hands to the floor and push into the air with the left leg. So here we are in the half moon. Flex the foot, side kicking out to the side like martial artsy, and then just bring the hands in if you feel like you can balance today. And then just drop the leg down, hang a little bit in the middle, shake loose in this wide-legged forward fold. And then just roll up all the way. Quite a funny one just to try. It's quite challenging. If you take hold of your big toes and just, because we've just warmed up our hips nicely, just lift off the heel of one leg and see if you can just balance as you take the leg to the side. Then return that one to the middle, take the weight, just lift the heel to start with and pull that leg away. So just pulling it out to the side, and if you need a bit of more extra balance, that's fine. Ooh, that is challenging. Okay, it's good to have a little attempt at that one. And just roll up. Okay, now the next one I wanted to do was Garandasana, the eagle pose. So I think we'll just finish on that one today. So come into the chair pose first. So just my hands are outreached like this. Nice deep right angle bend here, feet parallel. I'm going to lift high the left leg and try and double wrap. Don't worry if you can't get the toe hooking round. And then get the right arm under the left and try and, again, double wrap. So lift the elbows high, straighten out the spine, sink deeply into the knee bend. Try and straighten up the back. And hold it here in this lovely eagle pose. Breathe. And release. Let's try the same thing on the other side. So we start off in the chair, lift the right leg high and twizzle. This time, left under right. And you can just, it's a lovely shoulder stretch, this one. So just sink deeply into the bent leg. And lift the elbows. Okay, breathe. Straighten out the back. Line up the forearms and the shins. Great. Release. And just come down to the floor. We'll just sit cross-legged for a moment with our backs of our hands on the knees. 3 deep breaths. Let's do a head roll to finish. Make sure you go both ways. It's a wrap. Namaste. See you tomorrow.